welcome back to Drawing for Kids. To start off, let's go over what material you'll need. You need some Crayola markers, which you can use any color markers that you like. Next, you also need some paper. In addition to that, you'll need some black markers, such as Sharpies. Okay, so as I'm going along, I'll go step by step on how to draw this character, but I really like to invite you to add your own little twist to it to make it your own. There's no pressure to necessarily draw exactly what I have, but let's use that as a guidance to see what we can come up with. As always, remember to add in a little bit of your imagination to make it your own. You can do this drawing with your family and friends, and at the end of it, maybe check out how everybody's drawing turned out at the very end. Are you ready? So we're gonna get started. For today's drawing, I'm gonna be doing a feline character. It is a space cat. So let's get started. Starting off with a blank white piece of paper right here, we're gonna start by drawing this astronaut cat, the hat that the astronaut cat is wearing. So it's gonna be this big round circle right here, and then I'm gonna connect the ends of the two circles right here. Sometimes I can't do a full circle in one straight line, so I do it in mini shorter sections, and that seems to help with me. Hopefully this tip will be helpful for you. Here's the lip for the helmet, and I'm just gonna draw some short lines to create like the little grid and texture for the helmet. Next, of course, I need to draw the kitty's head inside the helmet. Of course, for your kitty, you can choose to have a very large head inside the helmet or a very small head inside the helmet. At the same time, I suggest that you try using your imagination and like trying to figure out, okay, do I want a really big headed kitty inside a small helmet, or maybe a small headed kitty inside a bigger helmet? So like you can use your imagination and create a story behind it. And that will make each of our drawing unique and special in its own way. So here you can see I drew in 2 ears. They're different sizes. If you want, you can have them much bigger, much smaller, or the same size. Next, I'm going to draw the kitty's body, as you can see here. You can create a bigger belly for the kitty, or it could be a strawnier kitty, really up to you. Here's one arm for the kitty, and of course the second arm for the other side. As I'm drawing my space cat, I'm also thinking about like what kind of background I might want to include this, because after all, the space cat is in space. So I'm going to be drawing like different planets or stars in the background, maybe an asteroid or a black hole. So maybe like a full galaxy in the background. There's just so many ways to play around with this drawing. You can see I'm doing the legs for the kitty that's floating, as he's floating in space in zero gravity. So as you can see, I'm just connecting the hind leg with the body as well here. So there's the hind leg, and of course I have to include a tail for the space cat, but maybe like in the meantime I'll draw some patterns on its arms and also its legs. If you want, you can choose to skip the step and you can draw like just the paws of the little kitty, or like you can add on different types of patterns. Maybe this is a polka dotted kitty, or maybe one with like heart shapes or star shapes, and then I want to draw in a belly for the kitty as well, and I'll color that in separately, and also like 2 lines on the end of each of his hind legs to represent the toes. So here is just like a patch pattern that I've done on its 4 limbs, and then of course I'm just going to add in the toes in a moment. So of course there is a tail. I'm just gonna do a short tail. If you like, you can do a longer tail, maybe a curly tail, maybe a furry tail. So there's many ways to use your own imagination to make this drawing unique and your own. Next, I'm gonna draw in the facial features for the cat, including its whiskers, and maybe some patchy patterns on the side of the face. And then for the facial features, I'm going to just do 2 dots for the eyes. If you like, you can do larger eyes, big circle eyes, or oval eyes, or maybe closed eye, because the eye of the kitty is closed because it's sleeping while it's floating around in space. But here is my space kitty. I'm going to draw in a couple of stars that I'll color in later on as well for you. whatever drawing you're doing, you could try to do like Saturn or Jupiter or the sun in the background as other ideas for how you can make your drawing unique. Next, we're gonna start coloring in our astronaut cat, my space cat. So usually for my coloring, I like to have a look at what I have available and start like picking out the colors I want in advance and having them ready. So I'll start with my yellow and coloring in the stars. While I'm coloring the stars, I'm also looking to see what else I'm going to color in yellow. So I usually color everything of the same shade of color at the same time before moving on to next color. So maybe I'll add on like a bit of yellow for the belly, or maybe like the patches on the arms and the legs for this astronaut space cat. Keep in mind, your drawing might not look perfect or exactly how you want it to be the first time, but that's perfectly okay. Just so you know, for me to get to where I am right now, I did do a lot of practicing over the years. So if it doesn't work out the first time, don't get frustrated. Just grab another piece of paper and just start again. The best advice I can give you if you want to do very well in your drawing and do better is just to keep practicing. The more you practice, the better you'll get. The same goes for a lot of different activities. Similar to sports, the more you practice, the more you exercise that muscle that's related to that skill you want to learn, the better that you will get. Everybody starts off as a beginner somewhere, so don't feel the need that you need to compare to somebody else who's been practicing for a much longer time. So now that I've finished up the yellow, I'm debating what color I should color for the cat. I'm debating maybe like an orange would be nice. If you like, you could have a blue cat. I mean, who has not seen a blue cat before? Well, if you haven't seen one, you would know if you color your cat in blue. So those are some ideas for you as I'm coloring in my space cat. Next, I'm going to use my blue color to color in the helmet for my space cat. Just doing a light outline. I'm not going to color in the whole inside of the hat, but you can, if you want to color in that helmet. You can also use other colors like red or different colors for your helmet as well. So that's it for my drawing today of the space cat. Thank you so much for joining me on the step-by-step video. Please consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video if you like this type of drawing videos. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day and stay safe and stay creative, everyone. Bye for now.